Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Jurassic World Legacy Collection Isla Sorna Expedition set. Now, it's no longer Jurassic Park's 30th anniversary, obviously that was last year. Now that we're in 2024, we're kind of done with Jurassic Park, or Universal might be done with Jurassic Park. I'm never done with Jurassic Park. I love Jurassic Park. It's my favorite movie of all time, but we're not really like celebrating anything huge when it comes to Jurassic Park because it's no longer the 30th anniversary. But yeah, so Mattel, they're kind of back to their regular sort of program. They're doing their own thing. And as far as the Legacy Collection goes, we're now going back to doing stuff based on the Lost World. They did quite a few things for like Jurassic Park's 30th anniversary, but now, like I said, we're done with that. So we're just gonna go right back to the Lost World Jurassic Park, which I think is really cool. I would really like to see one day Nick Van Owen. I think that'd be really cool. Eddie Carr, and you know, it's actually kind of crazy. This line has been going on for over 5 years now, and we still don't have a male T-Rex from the Lost World. I mean, a good one is what I mean. Like, Mattel, what is this? Why would you think that's okay? But who knows? Maybe one day we'll get a good male T-Rex from Mattel. I don't know, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, no, we have a new set here with Deirdre Stark and a few other little trinkets and whatnot. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say, so let's just get right into this. Right off the bat, I want to talk about this Raptor. I don't like it. So, in case you're not familiar with the Lost World Jurassic Park, which admittedly doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're watching this video, in that movie, the Raptors had like this tiger pattern, and fans refer to this Raptor as the Tiger Raptor from the Lost World. And obviously, because this is a set based on the Lost World Jurassic Park, they're gonna try to replicate that. The keyword here is tried, because they did not succeed at all. First of all, this is a repaint from the one Raptor figure that came in that kitchen set with Tim and Lex. I reviewed it like a couple years ago. But, well, if you remember that video, you'll remember that I said that I was not a big fan of the sculpt. I think the head here feels way too small, the tail is way too short, and the arms here are placed in a very weird spot. They should be much lower here, and overall, this is just a very weird looking Raptor sculpt-wise, and I'm not a big fan of it, like, at all. So, yeah. But the painting here is also really lame. Because, like, we have some nice painting here on the face, like it's printed on there decently. The eyes don't look terrible. The teeth here are painted a yellowish-whitish coloration with pink for the inside of the mouth. So yeah, like, the face doesn't look terrible. I wish there was more black, like, on the top of the head, but, like, from the side, it doesn't look bad. And we do have some stripes here, which look okay. And the stupid scan code here. But that's it. Like, this figure should have more white underneath, and, like, the nails here, like, the fingernails and the toenails here are not painted whatsoever, and it looks very flat and just not good. Not good at all, which is very disappointing. This Raptor feels very, like, shoehorned in here, so, yeah. I could have done without the Raptor in the set, but that's just me. Anyway, I will not be talking about this Raptor again because I pretty much reviewed it already in another video because it's a repaint, so, yeah. We also get 3 Compies in this set, which is actually pretty cool. When the Legacy Collection first started, each of the human characters came with Compies, like Dr. Grant, Ellie Sattler, Robert Muldoon, and Ian Malcolm. They each came with one Compie, but, it was cool and all, but it didn't make a lot of sense because there were no Compies in the first Jurassic Park. There were Compies in the first Jurassic Park book, but these toys are based on the movie, so I don't think the book counts in these situations. But no, like here, I think it makes sense because not only were there Compies in the second Jurassic Park, but Deirdre Stark here actually dies by, getting attacked by a bunch of Compies. So, yeah, again, it is just really cool that, they included them here. I will say this, though. Well, first of all, there's not a whole lot to these Compies. Like, there's no paint. They're just, like, solid green, like, little rubber, like, pieces that just kind of stick onto the figure. These are cool and all. There's nothing too much to say, but with that said, I would have preferred if we got more Compies and just get rid of the Raptor altogether because I know this is like a different segment, but that Raptor really sucked, and I think more Compies here would have been really cool. So, yeah, the Compies, really cool touch. I like them. The biggest part of the set here is this transport vehicle. I forget what it's called exactly. I do apologize, but regardless, like, I do really like this thing. I think it's really cool. I won't go into too much detail because it's pretty much the same as the vehicle that came in that set with Roland Tembo. You know, like, obviously it's a different vehicle and it, like, does different things, but it's more or less the same, so I won't go into too much detail here, but, you know, all of the colors look good. You know, I think the InGen logo painted on the sides here and on the front, I think looks good. All of the lights here, these are stickers. These are not painted on whatsoever. In fact, you can see this one is, like, kind of off-center, which is, I don't know, maybe I could just kind of peel it off and just put it back in place, but yeah, these are just stickers. They're not really painted on, which is fine. You know, obviously, like, that'd be a lot to paint them, but still, like, I don't mind that. To bring up Kenner for a second, I remember a lot of the figures, and I get why they can't do this now because it'd be expensive, but a lot of the vehicles they did actually came with, like, actually LED lights, and you could actually, like, you know, light it up. Obviously, again, I know why they wouldn't do that. It's really expensive, but it would have been cool to see. It'd be cool to see on a future Mattel vehicle. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, no, yeah, the painting, there's not a whole lot here, but the colors are nice, and the InGen logo is printed on there very nicely. Obviously, this is a vehicle, so obviously it's going to roll like so. Both doors can open, so if you want to take Dieter Stark and just kind of put him in a seat there, you totally can. I mean, if you can have him sit there and make him not look drunk, then that's even better. But yeah, there you go. You know, it's minor, but it's a cool little feature, and I like that. So get him out of there. This little hatch opens up like so. I think my favorite part here is that this little platform actually raises, which I think is really cool. So they sort of tell you that, like, you know, this is sort of like, you know, transport the dinosaurs, which doesn't make sense for the Raptor at all, because the Raptor could very easily just, like, jump out and, like, just get away. So this doesn't really make a lot of sense, but you can do this if you want, or you can raise the platform up. So that way, you know, Dieter Stark can be crouched up in fear right here. You know, you can have, like, the Raptor. I mean, again, the Raptor could easily just kind of jump and, like, climb in. But, like, you know, any other dinosaur, I feel like, you know, just, like, a safe distance between the human and the dinosaur. Or, in the T-Rex's case, a very convenient biting height, to quote Ian Malcolm from The Lost World. But, yeah, you know, and, yeah, you can do some pretty cool stuff with this. Again, like, that's all I'll pretty much say here, you know, like, the painting, the sculpting, you know, everything here, I think looks good. You know, it's like all, like, the claw marks on the side here. It looks cool. Just more or less, like, same quality as that one set that came with Roland Tembo. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, not a whole lot to say, but still, I do really like this. I do really like this vehicle here. Before we take a look at Dieter, he does come with two very small accessories here. First of all, this belt here. You know, there's like a little utility belt, and this can hold various different things, including this included, you know, cattle prod, shock stick, whatever you want to call this thing. Dieter Stark pretty much uses this to electrocute a Compy early on in the movie, and he tries to again before, unfortunately, getting killed by its family. But yeah, this kind of just holds it like so, and yeah, not a whole lot to say here. You know, like, there's not a lot of painting except for, like, this brown bit here. It's just like, it's mostly just like this, like, dark colored plastic that just kind of wraps around the figure, and, like, you know, something that the figure can hold. So yeah, not a whole lot to say, but it's neat, I guess. That's the best way to describe it. Neat. Now for Dieter Stark himself, and I don't really have a whole lot to say here because it's like, it's a different character, so there's going to be, like, different paint, and, like, you know, it's going to be a different sculpt, but, like, it's more or less the same as, like, every other Legacy Collection human figure that I talked about, so I won't go into too much detail, but I'll make it brief, but I'll try to go into as much detail as I can. within this brief time period. But yeah, the painting here, I think looks okay. Like the colors I think look good. The painting on the face I think looks good. Like nothing looks too out of place or misaligned or anything like that. The painting there looks, looks pretty all right. But the pants here are painted nicely. The boots, like everything, like overall, the painting here I do think looks very good. Not a whole lot to say here. So yeah, painting here it's good. I'd say it gets a pass. Articulation, again, keeping this super brief because I've talked about these human Legacy Collection characters before. So there's not a whole lot to say on my part because, like I just said, like, not much has changed, but still, like, we do have a fair bit of articulation here, Legs can kick, bend in the knees there, and they can swivel. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation. It's good. Same as every other Legacy Collection figure. So, articulation, good. Gets a pass. Sculpt, again, I think it looks good here. The proportions, I think they look good. Nothing looks too out of place. Like, nothing's too big, nothing's too small. The head here, I don't think it captures the likeness of Theodore Stark, like, perfectly from the movie. It looks close, but I feel like it could have been a little better. But that's just me. But still, the sculpting here, very solid. I will say this, though. The arms on mine don't really want to, like, go in all the way. They just kind of stick out kind of awkwardly. I'm not a big fan of that. But still, that's pretty much it for the sculpting here. Not perfect, but it still looks good. I'd say it gets a pass. Now for the detailing, and again, the hair detailing looks nice. And his clothes here, like all the wrinkles and like all the pockets here and everything like that, detailed very nicely. Same with the belt here and his pants. And even the boots here have a very fair bit of detailing as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the detailing. Again, pretty much the same as like every other human, Legacy Collection figure, like same like detailing in the clothes and everything. So there's really not a whole lot for me to say here other than what I just said now. But still, overall, I do like this figure. I do think this is a nice little, Theodore Stark figure. Now, we'll do some size comparisons, or just one in this case. On the right here, we have the, Legacy Collection Roland Tembo set that obviously comes with Roland Tembo and a baby Parasaurolophus. And I don't know which set I like more. I really like this vehicle. I think it's really cool, but I also just really like Roland Tembo and this little baby Parasaurolophus figure. So, yeah, I don't know which one I like, but either way, this is just a little bit of a size comparison between both of these sets, because they're both, from the same scene they're representing. And of course, Dr. Billy Grant and some hand sanitizer are in this shot. It should be pretty obvious, but I'm not going to say where, just, I don't know, just they're in the background, I guess. So at the end of the day, should you get this set? I'd say yes, the Raptor in this set, I think, sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I made that clear yet or not, but I do really dislike the Raptor in this set. But still, everything else here I think is really cool. I really like the Theodore Stark figure. I like the Compies he comes with, and even the vehicle in this set I think is overall just really, really cool. As far as price tags go, this set is about like 30, 34 bucks, which is not bad at all. Like, even though I don't like the Raptor, it at least does add some value to this set. So I do understand why it's here, but I just wish they put a little more care and effort into making the Raptor, look good. But still, this is a really nice set, and I do recommend that you pick it up. If this video seemed rushed, like, I just didn't really have a whole lot to say here. Like, obviously, like, it's a different character, and there are different dinosaurs, and it's a different vehicle. Like, this is a different set overall, but, like, the overall quality feels very similar to the Legacy Collection set that came with Roland Tembo. So, I didn't really have a whole lot to say that was, like, different, other than that, it's a different dinosaur, it's a different, character, because, again, like, it's not bad, it's just very similar. It just feels very similar to me, but, yeah. I do still like this set, but there just wasn't a whole lot for me to say other than just, it's cool. So, yeah, that's why, like, if this video seemed rushed, that's why. I just didn't really have a whole lot to say here, but I digress. I digress. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.